My sister copied every outfit I wore but made it designer, so I gave her something to copy that cost her everything. I've had a copycat since the day I was born, my younger sister Casey. And I don't mean that in the normal sibling rivalry kind of way. I mean it like if I wore Target jeans, she showed up in True Religion. If I thrifted a vintage band tee, she'd buy the $300 designer version. The harmless competition turned vicious after college when I started my first real job. I bought $40 work flats that I'd saved up for, and Casey showed up to Sunday dinner that weekend in the $800 designer version. She told everyone she inspired me to try the style. Later that fall, I wore my grandmother's vintage brooch to Thanksgiving. Casey spent December having a luxury jeweler create a modern interpretation that she gifted to our mom for Christmas. The next spring, I found the perfect thrifted leather jacket at a vintage store and wore it on a first date. Casey tracked down the original designer and bought the $5,000 current season version to wear to my birthday party 2 weeks later. By summer, she was showing up to my workplace to scout my outfits. Then she'd post photos of herself in designer versions at better locations. Our parents always praised Casey's elevated taste, while suggesting I should learn from her fashion sense. 2 months later, I was in my apartment finalizing wedding details with my fiancé when everything changed. We'd booked a small May ceremony at our favorite venue, and I'd saved for 2 years to buy my dream dress, which was hanging in my closet. 5 days before my wedding, Casey's Vegas elopement photos appeared on Instagram, and there she was wearing my dress. Not a similar dress or an inspired version, but my actual wedding dress that she'd taken from my apartment. My heart dropped when I saw it. The caption read, "When you know, you know. Sometimes you just have to seize the moment." My fiancé found me sobbing on our bathroom floor, clutching my phone while my maid of honor frantically called every bridal shop in town. I walked down the aisle in a borrowed dress, trying not to cry every time someone whispered about how beautiful Casey's dress had been. I finally understood that she didn't just want my style anymore, she wanted my life. 3 months went by with awkward family dinners before Casey gave me the perfect opportunity. She wouldn't shut up about her big presentation with conservative billionaire clients at her bank job. That's when everything clicked into place for me. I dove into researching her bank's employee policies for the next 2 weeks. Turns out they'd just fired someone for wearing the wrong outfit to a meeting. These religious, ultra-wealthy clients had zero tolerance for anything unprofessional. Casey was presenting to their biggest account, worth millions of dollars. This gave me time to hunt for exactly what I needed. I finally found this incredible black cocktail dress that was perfect for my plan. In photos, it looked like boring office wear, but in person, total nightclub material with sheer panels and cutouts. That weekend, I staged the perfect Instagram trap, making sure the lighting transformed that scandalous dress into something work-appropriate. Posted it as my Monday power outfit, with all of Casey's favorite hashtags, and sure enough, she liked it within the hour, like clockwork. By Sunday night, my cousin, who worked as a receptionist at Casey's bank, was sending me screenshots of Casey desperately trying to find where to buy the designer version. She saw it was from her usual brand and immediately ordered it express without checking the product details because why would she? When the time came, my cousin was perfectly positioned at the front desk to give me updates. Casey breezed in wearing her winter coat over the mystery dress and headed straight to the conference room after a quick bathroom stop. My cousin called me, barely containing herself, and whispered, "Casey just took off her coat," and the client literally gasped and covered her husband's eyes. The conference room lights exposed every sheer panel and cutout, revealing what looked professional on Instagram was basically lingerie in real life. I could hear Casey's panicked voice in the background saying, "This isn't what it looked like online," while another client loudly declared, "This is highly inappropriate." Everyone literally stood up and walked out while whispering something about lack of judgment and questionable values. Casey kept trying to wrap her blazer around herself, but it was too late. The entire room was empty, and within an hour, Casey was telling HR that I'd tricked her with the photo, but she sounded insane, claiming her sister made her wear lingerie to work. Millions of dollars walked out that door, and HR had her fired by lunch. She still checks my Instagram but doesn't copy my outfits anymore. She can't afford to.